Summary: Below Deck franchise features low-key villains among crew members, adding drama to the high-stakes luxury yacht charters. From Captain Carey threatening to fire the crew to Fraser Allander's biased leadership, Season 11 of Below Deck exposes villainous behavior. Relationships on the show, like between Culver and Jamie or Jessica and Luca, showcase how some crew members become low-key villains. The Below Deck franchise casts a wide variety of characters, but some surprising cast members are low-key villains. As one of the best reality TV shows boasting multiple series, this Bravo hit offers an insider's glimpse into the high-stakes world of luxury yacht charters. From Below Deck Mediterranean to Below Deck Sailing Yacht, each installment introduces a fresh crew of deckhands, stewardesses, and captains, navigating the challenges of living on the water and their relationships with each other. As Below Deck Season 11 unfolds, more low-key villains have been unveiled. Captain Carey Titherage is threatening to fire more crew members after an already tumultuous season. However, this problem is nothing new. Mixing together hard work, demanding guests, and a young, romantically charged crew is always bound to create drama. Some cast members become more villainous than others, and some even fly under the radar. The Below Deck Season 11 cast has been a mess, but they're not the only ones. Related: Below Deck Season 11's Fraser Allander has become a bad chief too. He's taking things too personally. Below Deck Season 11's Fraser Allander has proven that he has a difficult time separating the personal-professional, leading him to make bad choices. 11. Natalia Scudder. She was mean to Tumi Close. Natalia Scudder and Tumi Malongo had a notoriously contentious relationship on Below Deck Mediterranean Season 8, with Natalia trying to turn other crew members against Tumi. Kyle Viljoen certainly stoked the fire of their conflict and was to blame for the outset, but Natalia was a low-key villain towards Tumi. From the moment they stepped foot on the yacht, their relationship seemed doomed, as conflicting styles and preconceived notions about what the other was like abounded. Their feud, fueled by Kyle's meddling, escalated into heated confrontations and strained interactions. Despite their on-camera clashes, Natalia and Tumi found common ground and forged a friendship beyond the confines of the show. Their reconciliation played out on social media with Instagram posts and shared excitement for BravoCon 2023. Hopefully, they won't let Kyle get in their ears in the future. 10. Rachel Hargrove. She wouldn't take down her Austin Kroll tweet close. While chef Rachel Hargrove was initially a fan favorite on Below Deck, she ended up being a low-key villain, more for her behavior off-screen than on. Despite gaining popularity for her bold personality and culinary skills, Rachel's departure from the franchise came with controversy and disdain from the producers. There was some question about whether she would return after Season 10, but after her behavior off-screen, it became obvious she wouldn't be asked to return even if she wanted to. Rachel publicly criticized Below Deck and its producers on social media, expressing her disdain for the show even before joining it. Additionally, Rachel's troubles with Bravo escalated when she posted a tweet criticizing Austin Kroll from Southern Charm. Despite being asked to take it down, Rachel doubled down on her tweet. While she may have felt bullied by the network, she came off as a villain herself. Related: Below Deck Season 11 teases new crew member as Fraser tries to get someone fired. Below Deck Season 11 teases a new crew member's arrival and the crusade of Chief Stew Fraser Allander to get someone fired aboard the Saint. David. 9 Fraser Allender. He isn't fair to Barbie close. While it's increasingly noticeable that Fraser Allender is getting a villain edit on Below Deck Season 11, it's for good reason. As the season has gone on, Fraser's managerial issues as chief stew have become more pronounced, bringing into question his abilities as a leader. His treatment of Barbie Pasquale is unacceptable, with Fraser seemingly favoring another stew, Zandy Olivier, and making it clear he's not a fan of Barbie. His protection of Kat Baugh over Barbie's concerns further highlights his biased approach, making him a bit of a villain. Fraser's approach to managing the interior team has been rightly criticized, with accusations of micromanagement and a failure to prioritize assisting his team when needed. Fraser's approach to managing the interior team has been rightly criticized, with accusations of micromanagement and a failure to prioritize assisting his team when needed. Additionally, Fraser consistently talks about his crew behind their backs, especially Barbie. He's also been increasingly disrespectful to Captain Carey. Fraser is certainly treading into villain territory. 8 Paget Barry. He flirted with Georgia in front of Sierra Close. Sierra Duggan and Paget Barry were already a couple when they appeared on Below Deck Sailing Yacht Season 1, and despite not being one of the worst Below Deck cast members, Paget was a low-key villain in how he navigated his relationship with Sierra. Unfortunately, Paget's interactions with third stew Georgia Grobler caused issues in his relationship with Sierra. Throughout the season, there were instances where Georgia's flirtatious behavior towards Paget was quite apparent, and Paget appeared to sometimes reciprocate her advances. Georgia's flirtations with Paget were obvious on board and often in front of Sierra. While Sierra initially claimed that Georgia's actions didn't bother her, it was clear that they did. These interactions, although seemingly harmless, contributed to the tension between the couple and may have ultimately led to their breakup. Paget played dumb, but he definitely flirted back with Georgia. Related Below Deck Season 11. Barbie Pasquale should want to quit, but here's why she shouldn't. Below Deck Season 11's Barbie Pasquale has been struggling through the charter season and may be close to quitting, but she should stick it out. 7 Barbie Pasquale. She's a spoiled rich girl close. While Fraser's treatment of Barbie is undoubtedly unfair, she's a bit of a low-key villain herself. A self-professed daddy's girl, Barbie works aboard the St. David to earn personal spending money while her wealthy father takes care of the rest of her expenses. Her introduction on the show included her explaining how she grew up with 3 nannies, one of whom would cook, another who would clean, and a final nanny who did her hair. Her constant need for validation clashes with Fraser's desire for efficiency and meeting standards. Barbie is a low-key villain because of her privileged worldview. Most crew members on Below Deck enjoy traveling the world, but they also need to earn money. Barbie treats the yacht like she's playing house as a working-class person. While Fraser needs to be kinder and is unfair toward the stew, Barbie isn't the easiest to work with. 6 Luca Brunton used Jess because he was bored close. Initially, Jessica Asai and Luca Brunton's romance on Below Deck Med Season 8 seemed promising, but he viewed it more casually than she did. When Natalia returned to the yacht, reigniting her flirtation with Luca, Jess was left feeling upset. Feeling slighted, Jess decided to have some fun of her own and kissed Max Salvador in front of Max's previous flirtation, Lily Davison. He deserved every bit of the drama, as Luca was a low-key villain for having so many romantic entanglements. Despite his connection with Jess, Luca and Natalia maintained contact. Additionally, he was caught texting another Below Deck star, Katie Flood, although he claimed they were just friends. Despite his connection with Jess, Luca and Natalia maintained contact. Additionally, he was caught texting another Below Deck star, Katie Flood, although he claimed they were just friends. Amid the drama, Luca's relationships with Jessica, Natalia, and others remained unresolved, as he ultimately ended up single. This was the deserved outcome for the notorious flirt. Related, the 8 least memorable Below Deck franchise bosons, ranked. Many bosons have been featured in the Below Deck franchise, but some are more forgettable than others. Here are the least memorable bosons. 5. Jess Condi caused unnecessary problems as Chef Jess Condi's perceived lack of responsibility on Below Deck Adventure caused many unnecessary issues between crew members, especially Chief Stu Faye Clark. Amid the chaos of running the kitchen, Jess created silly problems that made her look like a low-key villain. For example, Faye had to argue with Chef Jess about making snacks for the guests after being out all day, but she refused, saying she had to prep lunch. This left Faye to unnecessarily prepare simple snacks, which is not part of her job description. Chef Jess constantly claimed that she loved to cook, but when it was time to prepare food, all she did was complain. Other crew members consistently had to pick up her slack. Her laziness and pessimistic nature are what ultimately make her a low-key villain. 4. Culver Bradbury left Serena for Jamie Close. The way Culver Bradbury handled his relationships with Chef Serena Mace Ralph and Jamie Neal makes him a low-key villain. Culver, who initially flirted with Chef Serena, turned into a seasoned villain when he hooked up with Jamie, causing tension between all the crew members. Culver's role as an antagonist in Below Deck Down Under Season 2 was solidified when he asked Jamie to be his girlfriend after intense flirting with Chef Serena. Despite his brief acquaintance with Jamie, Culver hastily asked her to be his girlfriend. Jamie accepted his cringe-worthy proposal, but their relationship aboard was short-lived. While Culver later expressed his regret for hurting Serena's feelings and acknowledged her as a great chef and friend, the way he handled her feelings didn't seem right. His disregard for Serena's feelings towards him ultimately makes him a villain. Related Below Deck. What happened to Kate Chastain GF after domestic arrest? Below Deck's Kate Chastain was arrested after an altercation with her girlfriend, Aro Hernandez. A lot happened with this couple after the arrest. 3. Kate Chastain consistently exhibited manipulative behavior. Kate Chastain is one of the most iconic Below Deck cast members of all time, and despite being a fan favorite, she's a low-key villain. In her handful of seasons of the hit series, Kate tended to engage in conflicts with fellow crew members. For instance, throughout Below Deck Season 3, Kate and Raquel, Rocky, Dakota clashed repeatedly due to differing priorities. Additionally, Kate can be pretty manipulative, influencing social dynamics and drama on board. In Below Deck Season 4, Kate consistently tried to undermine Stu Emily Warburton Adams. She was able to create an environment in which Emily never felt she was able to meet Kate's ever-shifting expectations. Moreover, Kate was involved in a domestic dispute with an ex-girlfriend, adding to her low-key villain status. There's a reason why the traitors casted Kate in 2 seasons of the show. 2. Jamie Neal stole Culver from Serena Close. Jamie is a low-key villain for the way she handled the situation with Culver and Chef Serena. While Jamie may claim ignorance about Chef Serena's interest in Culver, the chef had explicitly expressed her liking for him to Jamie. This situation left Chef Serena feeling insecure and undervalued, particularly when Jamie made remarks implying her superiority. Despite the breach of trust, Jamie chose to prioritize her desires over respecting the feelings of her fellow crew members, failing to be a girl's girl. Moreover, Jamie's actions not only disregarded Chef Serena's feelings but also undermined the professional environment aboard the yacht. As a new crew member, Jamie should have exercised restraint and refrained from pursuing Culver. Culver's apparent interest in Chef Serena should have signaled to Jamie that pursuing Culver would likely cause friction within the crew. However, she chose to become the villain in the situation. Related Hannah Ferrier will only return to Below Deck if these captains are in charge. Hannah Ferrier, former chief stew from Below Deck Mediterranean, tells Captain Lee which captains she would be tempted to return to the show for. 1. Hannah Ferrier had unregistered Valium and vape pen on board Close. Malia White has received her fair share of flack for reporting Hannah Ferrier's unregistered vape pen and Valium to Captain Sandy Yan and getting her fired, but Hannah is a low-key villain herself. Despite Hannah's claims that the drugs were for her anxiety, Captain Sandy deemed her in violation of maritime law, leading to her termination. There was ample speculation Malia and Captain Sandy conspired to remove Hannah from the boat, especially since Malia had known about the drugs beforehand. Hannah probably didn't deserve to be fired, but she should have registered her drugs with Captain Sandy beforehand. Playing the victim afterward didn't do her any favors and made her look like a low-key villain. While it's unlikely Hannah will ever return to the Below Deck franchise, it would be fair to give this controversial figure another chance. Below Deck Season 11 airs on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time on Bravo. Below Deck is a popular reality TV franchise that focuses on a group of crew members as they work on luxurious yachts and cater to their clients' needs. After the original series proved to be a success, Bravo developed a handful of spin-off shows including Below Deck Selling Yacht, Below Deck Adventure, Below Deck Down Under, and Below Deck Mediterranean. Created by Mark Cronin, Rebecca Taylor Henning, Doug Henning, first TV show Below Deck.